Hey, this is Steve at Barcode Check, and I'm going over how to set up the Wasp DR5 for proper scanning and on the inventory or asset cloud programs. So the first thing you want to do is go to the gear icon, wherever it's located on your Zoom, on your DR5 setup. And then you're going to scroll down till you get to USS Unitech Scanner Service. And you tap that. This can also be used to test barcodes and figure out the character length and what kind of symbology there is. But it's also, if you hit the three dots at the upper right-hand corner, and you go to App Settings. And the first one, you want to make sure that it is enabled. That means the enable button is lit up. That means it's going to scan to key. What that means, when you put the cursor in the data box and pull the trigger, it'll put the barcode information in that space. They have some other features which you can enable sound. When it gets a scan, you can change the frequency from bass to normal to sharp. I like the bass sound. You can have the duration of the scan. You can create a vibration so that it actually vibrates in your hand if you want to turn off the sound so that you know a scan has been booted. So once you have that done, you just hit the left arrow at the upper left-hand corner, and you're good to go. The next thing you want to make sure is what's called the append settings. And the only one we set up for the Wasp software is the Terminator LF. That means it'll add a line feed after the barcode is scanned. The next thing is symbology. So there's lots of different symbologies for barcodes. Commonly, here's the one I've checked that are very popular in use, and the ones that we use. But you can see there's loads of them. And if you have the requirement, it can scan just about any of the popular barcodes, including GS1, the various postal services, PDF Fort 17, which is used, that's a 2D barcode used in police and ID kind of cards that they put information on driver's licenses with or whatever. So that's basically the setup. And if we go out of that and go back to our screen, we'll go into Asset Cloud for this one. That's a search, and when you search on Asset Cloud, you can search by asset tag with the drop down, serial number, asset description, asset type, site, location, so you can find out what's in a site or location, or assets that are checked out to someone called the assignee. I'm going to just go with asset tag, and I'm going to scan one of my barcodes. And as you can see, you heard the sound and it put it in, and now you can tap the on the actual item itself. By the way, the picture will only show if you enable show pictures in the DR5 settings, and I'll show you how to do that as well. So there's the item, and you have the basic information on it. The three dots at the upper right, now you can do transactions on it. Edit, check out, check in, move, dispose, or quick maintenance. But typically you would be going to that transaction, wouldn't do it this way. So that's how you set it up. And let's just take a look at the settings in Asset Cloud. This is where you can make sure you have a fresh copy of the database. You can set up in the settings a thing that will remind you if you haven't downloaded the database in a while. Down here is you can select which of your sites you want to work on the mobile. This will give you the version that you're running. And way down here at the bottom, you notice it says show asset image in search. If you don't want that, you can turn it off. And now you've got the device properly configured. And now you can add an asset. Oh, so I'm so sorry. I hit the button by mistake. So we were talking about the download. And as I said, you can set it up so that in the settings of on the web portal, if you want to be reminded that you haven't downloaded in a while. Uploading is done automatically as long as the device has connectivity to the internet. That's why there's not a thing for that. We meant about the working sites, and I showed you where to get the pictures. So that's basically the setup on setting up the DR5 so that it'll scan and knowing a little bit about the settings. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to call me at 800-662-1715, extension 702. And my email is steve.fine@barcodeshack.com. Thanks for joining.